stop all the favoritisms and the happy birthdays and the congratulations because we still have them to be able to throw down here for us. We have the elite tier coming up. We got Summoned from Destined taking on the Onions from the Garden. And right away, let's go ahead and go into these team stats here. Like I said, it's still really, really early here in the season. But one team with a winning record, the other with a losing, but still fairly even.
Ooh, this is an interesting set of stats. This is one of the reasons why stats are can be a little funny. 7-5 for Destined or Summon, sorry, and 20 goals for, 20 goals against, 52 saves with a 24.4 shooting percentage. If you were to look at that only, you would think that's a tough sell on a team over 500. But obviously, they're doing something right, or their defense is really, really good, and they're probably preventing. They're preventing a lot of goals.
No, definitely. I mean, you do see more of a defensive titan here out of the Summoned. Um, so we'll see if their defense does become the best offense long term.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of hoping for lots of shots. I know we're all hoping for lots of shots, lots of epic plays here, especially here in the elite tier, because these players are so highly ranked. It does make for a much more exciting show. Rather than what we see sometimes down in the lower tiers, which is kind of like boom ball. But we'll see if we can see any sort of like connecting plays with the passing plays. We did see an infield pass there coming out of Forest, and I believe it was game 3 when they won. But nonetheless, I'm still excited for some elite tier gameplay. Let's go ahead and break down these player stats. Alrighty, so right away, we have the Summon being represented by Birthday Boy, A Dead Moose, OG Krish, Perino, and Nova. And then on the opposite side of things, we have Dossier. I'm not really sure how you pronounce it. Let me know in chat. We have Blender, Tai, and Solus. So those guys are representing the Onions in the Garden. But right away, it seems to be a similar tale. We got 2 definitive kind of like starting players. And we got the other 2 that are kind of like rotating in and out. So other than that, what are you seeing, KG? I mean, we're seeing lots of goals scored here. Obviously, it looks like Dossier or however you pronounce. Please let me know, like I said, in chat. And that seems to be the only outstanding stat here on the board for me. What do you see?
I'm agreeing. The offense for the Onions looks pretty overwhelming. 17, 9, and 8 for goals, and then opposite side 19 and 21 saves. So it seems like a Dead Moose and OG Krish are very defensive minded. Doja, that's pronounced Doja.
Doja.
Yeah, Doja. Oh,
Doja.
Gotcha. Thank you very much, chat, for that. But I think looking at the shot percentage, 23, 22, 31, 23, their offense is, I'll say lacking is the best way to put it right now. But that being said, they're winning games. So their defense must have a great counterattack in some way, because I can't think of another way that they would have this many saves, this little goals, and still win.
Yeah, I'm expecting some tightly contested games, at least off of what the stat lines show us, like low scoring, tight contested, very battle of attrition games coming out of these 2 teams. At least that's what the Destined stat lines do portray. But I'm very interested to see how things shape up. It does look like we have several players that are shooting close to 50% over there on the Onions. So it might be more of a battle of, like you said, counterattacks. It looks like it's going to be more counterattacks coming out of Destined and the Summoned, because it looks like a battle of ice and fire. You know, you got a battle of defense and offense, and it's just going to prove, is defense the best offense or is offense the best offense? You know what I'm saying?
I agree 100%. I personally think offense is the best offense in Rocket League. Usually the teams that are aggressive correctly, where they rotate properly, get the pads, boost starve, they usually score more goals, especially if you have the targets. And I'm looking at the targets, 50 and 45 for the top, and 34 for the top 3. Not in that order, of course. That's pretty good for shot percentage. That's
Yep, definitely. But we do have both teams readied up. They are ready to go. They're eager to get in. Lots of players on the pitch as they load up. Like I said, it is the Summoned versus the Onions. We have a battle of Destined versus the battle of the Garden. Who's going to come out on top? We got ice and fire type of a matchup. We got defense versus offense.
Let's go.
I'm just ready to get into it.
Heck yeah, this is going to be good.
Right away, 50 does go off towards the side of the Destined. Looks like Nova's going to be able to get a save there. Shot by Doja. We got Blender. Not going to be able to get it, but Tai does pick up the slack. Dead Moose there for it. Goes off towards the corner. Nova is going to try to push this one out. He does. Nova once again getting another touch. He's going to go off the corner. Is a player there for it. Tai is going to be able to beat the offense there. The Dead Moose puts it back towards his corner. A little bit of an awkward touch. Can they scramble to get back? No challenge there on the initial shot, but Tai is going to shoot. It goes wide. Another shot wide, but it does somehow find itself into the back of the net by Doja. To break this down here for you really quickly, it looks like the touch is a little bit wide off the initial touch, and Doja just gets a great follow-up from touch to find it in the back of the net. And they go up 1-0 early.
Yes, Deadmau5 with a decent defensive try right there, but that was a banger, if you will, by Doja, and a good aggressive play and a good aggressive start for the game. A decent amount of misses here for both teams. A little bit of awkwardness. I know this is elite, but they're getting their jitters out. I know we do scrims and we try to make sure everybody's a little bit warm, but once you get in games, a nice shot by Blender, but a great save by Dead Moose. And Tai keeping it in. Nova with a little bit of jump, punching it out. Gets off Blender's back half and into Doja's waiting bumper. A nice job by Krish to bump Doja off to prevent a play, and a good hit by Blender. Nova clearing that out, but that's going to actually sit in the zone. Can Tai dunk it? No. OG Krish with the defense. A double tap off the wall by Deadmau5. Nova into Blender with a good job blocking that one. You can tell the speed is a lot different than Challenger, because a lot of these plays, both teams are actually turning on a lot faster and recognizing. Blender trying to come up, make a play. That's going to be a center, but nobody there to the opposite side of Tai, who's actually going to send it right back in. Doja missing it because Deadmau5 was able to touch it just in time. Nova and Deadmau5 making a play on to each other, and they're going to double commit and give it right back to Doja, who's going to get it into the corner. Nova trying to make a play, gets it around Doja, and now they're going to take over. Can get it around Tai. They can into OG Krish. Does get it around Blender with a fake, but over the crossbar, and a good clear by Tai. Deadmau5 keeping it in. Nova and Doja meeting, but Doja winning that one as well. Can it get around OG Krish? Does. Kind of a shot on goal. Deadmau5 taking that and getting demoed for their troubles.
Ball's in the midfield. Tai's up for it. Now passes off to Doja. Doja just goes high. Now we got Blender trying to clean up. He can't. Got Blender putting it off towards the midfield. Back pass towards Tai. Tai puts it back in. Dead Moose off with the corner with it, waiting. Moose putting it towards the midfield. Now Doja's trying to collect. Got Blender up for it. He does beat the defense there. We got OG Krish dumping this one out towards the midfield. Tai's up for it relatively early, though, putting it off towards teammate. Doja connects on the ground rather than the wall player there. We got Krish putting it back in. We got another opportunity here mounting. It goes high. Now Moose trying to get a goal for himself. A demo there over there for Krish. Nothing comes of that offensive attack. We got Krish once again trying to make another push, but it's going to come up short. A great clear there by Blender. Goes off the backboard. A little bit of a mystery, but Nova gets the save. Got Doja putting it back into the end of the Destined. Another opportunity coming here for themselves soon. Doja once again getting a pass over towards the midfield, but the defense gets there first. And Krish putting this one dangerously close. It just goes wide. Nova trying to put it back into the corner. He does so nicely. Tai's there, putting it towards the midfield. Moose gets a great pass towards the midfield. Krish can't connect. He gets met with a 50 from Blender. Tai continuing the pressure for themselves. Tai puts a shot on net. Moose there with the save. Doja collecting the ball now, passing towards Blender. I think it was a little bit of a miscommunication. Krish might be able to capitalize on an open net, and they do. We got a tie ball game.
I'm gonna. This is. We were kind of right to the beginning. This is mostly counterattacks. They have great patience on the defensive side. They mark the ball well. They see the balls coming, and I can understand why they have a lot of saves, and are winning this, tied this game. But I can see why that they have what they have. They play a great defensive game, and they rely a lot on making sure rely a lot on when people are out of position, coming down the field and making great team plays. So that was a great job by them, keeping it in. Nova and Doja going to meet, and that is going to be a win by Doja, getting it over both Nova and Deadmau5. A bump by Blender doesn't make it on OG Krish. Doja keeping it in. Tai trying to dunk it, cannot do it. OG Krish able to clear it out. And the 50, I would say, stays. Technically one. OG Krish kind of blocking it, but I think Doja would have been there. Nova with a cleanup, and that is going to take the lead with 34 seconds left. And a little bit of a scramble by both teams, but like I said, Nova was in the right position, and Doja not able to make that play.
Krish with that initial touch does find itself off the hood of Tai Tai. Tai Tai going for a bang and clear off towards the opposite side of the field, but doesn't quite get what he wants, and Nova capitalizes. We got a 2-1 ball game now. Another shot coming on from Krish. Doja gets the save, but does go a little bit wide there from, it looks like it was Nova with another shot. Now we got Dead Moose.
Touch.
He's going to find one, and Birthday Boy gets his first goal of the series. It's 3-1 in favor of the Summoned.
Happy birthday, Dead Moose. You're all over the place today. You're playing a great game so far, putting the offense on blast. I'm sorry, we put the offense on blast, and apparently they are saying that no, we got a good offense. You don't have to see it all the time. OG Krish trying to take over, can't get it around Doja. This ball is going to be slightly dangerous, but Nova with a great clear. Krish with a pinch that just sends it to the opposite side. I love those things. Deadmau5 trying to keep it in. Tai keep it up. This is going to end it right here. Let's see if we get a last-second goal. Nova's going to dunk it down, and that is going to be harmless. Great win right there by the Summoned.
Yeah, someone come out on top in game number 1. We got Dead Moose with the MVP. How fitting Birthday Boy comes out on top in his first game. But look at all 3 players over here on Summon. They all come away with a cycle. They all come away with 2 shots apiece, actually. So it looks like they were outshot. But like I said, and like we kind of predicted, we were anticipating them to be good at converting counterattacks into actual like lethal opportunities for them to score. And they did so nicely, but we got 4 saves coming out of Moose, 3 out of Nova, and 1 out of Krish. So they were saving just about everything that Doja and the Onions and everybody on the opposite side of the field were sending at them. But like I said, they were outshot 6-13. So Onions doubled their shots and still fall 3-1 to Summon.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. It seems like the Summoned know when to do their counterattacks. They're like, no, and now. And that's kind of why I feel like that was the MO for their team, because they do not have a lot of goals. They have a lot of saves, but they're winning the games. And I feel like we're seeing how they're winning, and that's not a bad strategy, not a bad formula. And what it shows is that they're patient. And I'm going to guess they communicate, because there weren't that many double commits, both teams, by the way, but not that many double commits by a team that has that many saves and that plays that much defense.
Definitely. I mean, Summoned, they were predicted to be the better team, at least statistically coming into this, and they show in game number 1 at the very least why they deserve to be at the record that they do have, which is now 8-5. Compared to the losing record of the Onions, which is now 5-8.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see how this continues as the games go on, as we progress through this series of 4. If the Onions are able to adapt and be able to counter the counterattacked plays from Summoned. But we're going to go underway here shortly as the clock does tick down for the first kickoff. And we're getting into game number 2 here. Looks like the kickoff is going to go in favor of the Onions. Going to go off the backboard, but the OG Krish is going to be able to beat that one. Doja keeping this one in. Going to put it off the backboard, beats Moose. Nova and Krish, they're both for it, but do kind of iron that one out with the communication. Looks like now Nova is going to start an attack here for the Summoned. Going to go off the corner. Now we got Krish with another opportunity. Great save there coming out of Doja. No, it wasn't really accredited for. We got Moose trying to continue the pressure for Summon. He does so. He gets that one clear, at least at the midfield. Goes back into the end of Summons. Tai puts on a shot. It's going to get saved by Krish. He's still dangerously close to the net here for Summoned. Got the Onions mounting another push here for themselves, but it's going to get turned away. Dead Moose gets a great banging clear towards the opposite side of the field. Gets another touch, but Blender meets it nicely. It's going to go off. Krish with a pass, but unable to connect is the Summon team. Got Blender off in the corner with it now. He's going to meet Nova with it. Tai clears it away towards the midfield. Now Moose puts it back into the corner. Lots of corner play here coming out, at least out of these last couple seconds. Moose once again can't quite put it away. The defense does stand tall there, turning that one out. You got Krish passing it back towards Nova. Nova gets a touch off the backboard. Now goes to the corner. rather. And now we got it back towards midfield. Ball is dangerously up. Doge is going to be able to put it back off the back wall. Goes awkwardly down off the crease. Nova clears that one out for Summoned. Another opportunity here mounting for themselves. 2 players commit for that. Dead Moose just has to dump it in for a pass. Can't quite do so with the amount of boosts that he had. And still, nothing too horribly dangerous coming out of Summoned, but they do have a lot of pressure, so it's only a matter of time before something breaks. Now we got a little bit of offensive bouncing here for the Onions. Very back and forth throughout these past couple minutes at the very least. And neither team is wanting to give an inch.
Uh-oh. Ooh, good patience by Tai right there. I like that right. This pass from Deadmau5, can Doja get it away? Does. Tai trying to make it a play on it. Does get a nice deflection. And Nova with another great save. Tai right back in, but OG Krish is right there. Great play by Doja to follow that up, and the aggression there. That's what I was about to say. It looked like the Onions started off this game with a little less aggression, kind of doing a little faking with the one man, and instead they decided to throw themselves out there, and quite literally looks like Doja threw their car out there, end up dunking and getting the 1-0 lead with 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go in this game.
See, with the dynamic that you and I have built up, at least through this part, our general rapport is that whenever we transfer over casting roles, like you take over or I take over, something normally happens. So that's what I was baiting that, right? That's what I'm going to go with. But another opportunity here, and Chris
there we go.
is going to be able to capitalize it. And the KG fan Lo-Fi curse kind of like continues itself into season 14 now. But hey, we got a tie game, exciting game on our hands because of it. And Chris tying that one up for Summon. We got a 1-1 ball game here. Over, a little under, sorry, half a game left to play.
Ow.
Looks like the Onions are wanting to tie this series up desperately. And the Summon are wanting just to do the opposite and take a better lead for themselves in the series. But Chris gonna put that one in the corner. Nothing too lethal yet coming out of the Onions, at least in this kickoff or this opportunity or whatever you would like to call it. Now we got Dead Moose continuing the pressure here for Summoned. Can't quite connect on that other opportunity here. Going for that dunk, couldn't quite get it. Now Ty gets a great touch over the defender. Nova scrambling, Moose is scrambling. Tai puts it a little bit wide. Guess he was hoping for a pass there, but couldn't quite get it. None of his teammates were ready for that one. And now we got Summoned on the attack once again. OG Krish, sorry, trying to put this one out. He's gonna put it towards the corner. Doja collects that one. Gonna slow play this one, puts it around Moose. Great flicked off of Nova. Great pass to Blender, and Blender puts that one in. A great counter attack this time, though, coming out of the Onions.
Darn right. That was an excellent play. I mean, I have to say this. I think Nova saw it, but the pass was just so good, and the finish was just so good that sometimes, even if you read it, the player that makes the play, they kind of baited you. So I'm gonna give great kudos to the Onions for that awesome team play. You know that was communicated, and you know that's exactly what they went for. As the ball goes to the opposite side, Doja winning that one. Nova not knowing Doja coming by, and a little bit of a dunk by Doja. Tai not getting a slightly awkward touch, but keeping it as nobody's there. Nice pass again to Blender. Double miss by Krish and Blender. Is there a counter attack here? There is a little bit of one. Nova's going to get it over Tai and dunk it in to tie it up. What a game so far in this second game of this 4-game series.
Definitely. I mean, both teams, like I said, fighting tooth and nail for this victory to come out and either in the series or, you know, like I said, Summon trying to get that lead. We got just over a minute left in regulation. We'll see if it goes to OT. I'm not going to say nothing yet because another opportunity here. Goes crossbar down for Summon. Nobody can quite connect to get that one in. Got another 50 here, this time out of Tai and Dead Moose. Doja's going to be able to capitalize and get a touch there. Got Blender now picking up a pace for the Onions. Got Tai up early, keeping that ball in. Nova trying to scramble and Moose trying to scramble to get that one back into the end of the Onions. They do so nicely. Get a demo from Blender there, though. A little bit of desperation here coming on the goal line. Another opportunity here. Tai doesn't quite get it on target. It goes a little bit wide. And Nova is going to collect this one. Put it pass towards Moose. Moose gets the ball, shoots. Blender stands tall and gets the save. We got a final seconds ticking down here. And Tai Tai's going to clear this one out towards the midfield. Not dangerous on either side. Now Blender's going to put this one down. We have overtime number 1 of the night.
Yes, this is a great game so far. This both teams have been punching and kicking and scratching, and they have not given up. We got a 2-2 ball game. A lot of exciting play has happened. Good shots, good passes, great defense, and some great 50s. So this is what elite play is like. Even though Challenger played really well, I don't want to take anything away from them, but you can see the difference between them. Most players are faster. They know how to read the ball a little bit better. Tai Tai can't make it. Doja with a great save, and Kush couldn't make that play. Deadmau5 trying to keep it in here. A little bit of a play in the corner. One by Nova trying to get that second play, and it goes high in the air. Krish keeping it in. Nice little touch. Doja clearing it out. Right to Deadmau5. Shot on goal. Great save by Tai Tai. Into Krish. This is a nice volleyball game we're playing here. For those of you who want to learn, this is kind of a start. Nova keeping it in. This is getting exciting. Doja back out. Nice clear right there. Double commit by Blender and Doja, but it doesn't really matter here. Krish trying to clear it, but it's going to stay centered on Nova. Getting it out. Doja catching it. Another 51 by Doja. Tai Tai coming up. I think he got bumped by his own teammate and demoed by Nova. Blender, though, making a play on it. And again, Nova's there. This is great patience. Again, great patience by the summoned team. A demo there by Doja and on Krish, but it doesn't mean anything. That's kept in there by Blender. And this game is getting pretty back and forth in this with 1 minute and 33 gone inside this overtime.
Here, and that clock keeps on ticking upwards. And we're looking about to reach here at 2 minutes almost, and like I said, both teams, or like you said rather, both teams back and forth so far, really trying to feel each other out in this overtime, playing a little bit of boomer ball here. Nova's trying to mount a counterattack here for Selman. Tai Tai meets that one. He's going to put it back in. And Moose up early for that one. He gets it around the entire defense. Blender a little bit awkward here, puts it towards the corner though, nicely. Another opportunity shot might have come from, it looks like an Onions player.
I think that's an own goal.
Putting the clear off towards the corner. Krish does get this pass initially towards the midfield, and unfortunately goes off the hood of Doja. Disaster striking here for Onions, and Summon now go up 2-0 in the series.
Yes, and you have to feel for him there, because unfortunately, a little bit of out of control. Maybe got bumped. I actually didn't see that. But you know you want that one back if it was you or me. I know I would want that one back, but if you're the Onions, you got to take that game and say, we played really well. We didn't let the summoned counterattack us. We were fast, and you have to say that we know the summoned have played good defense, but if we keep at it, I mean, 2, 3, 4 shots for them compared to the summoned, which is a flip the script situation, I still think the Onions have been playing so well, and both teams pretty evenly matched.
Yeah, I mean, they were evenly matched on paper. A little bit less so this series than last, but both series have been super, super tight, super, super even, and this just continues to play throughout the night. But this time, Summoned out shooting the Onions, which is kind of not exactly what we were expecting. But even still, the Summoned come out on top. Krish with that MVP, 2 goals and 2 saves, 5 shots. Like I said, lots of shots coming out of Summoned that game. We'll see if it continues and their momentum continues into game number 3. But we'll see if the Onions make a move, at least on their lineup. This would be the time that I would do it, but it looks like they're going to stick with their starting 3. They still have Blender, Doja, and Tai Tai. And then someone's still keeping, obviously, the if it's not broke, don't fix it type of mentality. They still have in Nova, Deadmau5, and Krish. First kickoff underway now. Going to go off towards the side wall. Doja's going to collect this one, put it and dump it into the end of the summoned. Moose gets a save. Okay, Krish putting it back towards the midfield. We got Blender up for it, and Moose up for it once again. Moose up for everything right now. Shot is a little dangerous, but Doja gets that save. Goes off towards the corner. Nova putting a pass towards Krish. Krish can't quite connect. Tai Tai dumps this one out towards the midfield. Doja putting it back towards Tai Tai. Tai Tai clearing this one. And it's now in the end of the summon. Looks like they have found a little bit of life to them. Another pass coming from Tai Tai. Blender's not quite there, though. Blender off in the corner with it. Gets 50 with Nova. 2 defensive players there off the back wall. And Doja gets an opportunity here. Passes out towards Blender. Blender with a shot. Moose gets a save there. Stands tall. We got Tai trying to get a back pass, doesn't connect with it. Moose continuing pressure for themselves, making a name for himself on his birthday nonetheless. Tai clears that one out.
Uh-oh.
We got another opportunity here. Doja putting a shot wide. Nova gets it clear towards the corner. Blender keeping that one in. Trish putting this one up off the crease. This could be dangerous. Moose gets a great touch. It goes towards the corner off the 50 from Tai. Now Doja dumping this one in. Krish obviously staying in net. This team cannot be beat on the goal line this game so far.
No, I'm going to say this is the type of team that if you want to learn defense, great offense too. I'm going to harp on the defense, but for now I'm going to speak this out. Tai hitting the corner, Deadmau5 reading that very well, and Nova taking care of the back man. So their offense is doing really well. Their defense is doing really well. And what I was trying to say is, if you're watching this, the patience that they show, I'm going to have to go. It's a lot of communication, as Nova with a nice job preventing that dunk from going in, and Deadmau5 with another 50 win, getting it back into the opposite zone. The patience for, oh my goodness, I can't talk. Go ahead, take over, Lo-Fi.
Yeah, I mean, the Summon just have a new life to them. After that first initial goal goes in, they're just all over the place now, and they are just striking harder and faster than ever here in game number 3. They're up 2-0 in just under 2 minutes. Yeah, what more to say other than they're playing super, super well right now, and it's up to the Onions to be able to counter that sort of like mentality and the oh goodness, the confidence, that's the word I was looking for.
Yes.
That someone now conjured up. Now another missed opportunity there to clear that one out, but Doja's going to try to do just that. Gets met with a 50 at the midfield. Krish has an opportunity here. Goes wide. Blender's going to clear this one out. He's going to put it off the wall. He's got low boost, 18 boost. Now he gets that 100. Dumps it off towards the midfield. Great pass. Nova stands tall on net. It gets dumped out once again for the Summoned to go on the counterattack.
Ooh, good clear back by Doja right there. That was a very good play, recognizing that the Summon were going up for that, and they're playing a little bit of a back and forth here. Tai getting beat by OG Krish. Don't think they saw OG Krish coming, and unfortunately that could have been a nice situation. Deadmau5, it's going to go well high. Double demo here. This is getting pretty crazy, as both teams had a person off the pitch for a while. Blender trying to beat Deadmau5. Deadmau5 can't. This actually has a chance. OG Krish can't get it off. It hits off the top. Doja making a play on it. That could net sink down. It has a chance, but Nova again there making the play. Deadmau5 and Nova there, but Deadmau5 taking over. As you can see, the patience by Nova. Deadmau5 can't bump Blender, and Blender winning that one. One by Nova there. That's an easy win, but Tai taking it around, seeing if they could beat Deadmau5. Deadmau5 trying to shadow does, but that clear is going to be, or that 50 is going to go towards Blender. Blender can't quite get a touch on it. Sort of had a goal open. Doja keeping it in, but Deadmau5 going to stop it. Doja with an awkward hit, not able to get it. Nova winning this. So far this game, the Summoned have won most of the 50s, have gotten to the ball a little bit faster, and they're only up 2-0. That's why I say the Onions have put up a massive fight, but when there's a mistake made, the Summoned have taken advantage, and that 2-0 score with a minute coming up on the clock, you're starting to count down. You're starting to panic a little bit if you're the Onions.
Yeah, and truth be told, the shots are relatively even too. We have 7 apiece here. Just like you said, those counterattacks are very, very critical here coming out of the Summon team. They've been able to capitalize off of the offensive attacks here, obviously better, and that's why they're up 2-0. Another opportunity here, finds it as a pass. A great 50 goes down to Krish, and Krish puts this one in the back of the net. 3-0 here for Summoned off of another counterattack. Really, I'm going to count this as a counterattack because they had just come off of defense, off of their own goal line, and then it was just, what, 2-3 touches after that, they find the back of the net. Like, really, really effective off of these transition phases into the end of the Onions.
I agree. Nova's going to come up and make this dangerous as well. Tai dribbling it out. It seems to me that I think that Onions, even though they're getting outplayed in speed, they still need to slow down a little bit. They've been giving the ball back. They might want to try to make some solo plays, or at least start some solo plays here and there, because I know that they can do it, but they've been kind of playing volleyball, and they don't really want to do that with a defensive team like this who has so much patience and is able to read these plays. Doja can't make that play with a nice center and a couple of misses by Summoned. Another counterattack, and that is going to be dunked down, and that is going to end that game with Summoned with a very, very good win.
Yep, GG's all around, but once again, someone coming out on top. This time, Nova with that MVP. But look at the saves. Once again, they are making save after save after save. We have 7 saves there of the 8 shots the Onions had. So the Onions putting on a lot of pressure that is like actively going towards the net and going to find itself resulting into a goal. But the Summon are just always there. They are always making the saves. They are always positioning themselves well on defense to mount these counterattacks. And because of that, 3-0 is your scoreline here in game number 3. If there were ever a time to make a change, I would expect it to be now. But we'll see. They could be confident in this roster. They could say, hey, put this one behind us. You know, GG's go next. And try to get this 3-1 away from the Summon so that they can avoid the sweep. But the Summon, this is what they're hoping for. They're hoping for that 4-0 against a relatively evenly matched team, at least statistically, like I said, coming into this series of 4. But yeah, good games all around so far. I'm excited for game number 4, and we're about to get underway with that one.
Yes, I'm going to look forward to the Onions changing it up a little bit. I don't mean obviously they're keeping their same roster on this particular game, but I think they're going to change it up a little bit. I think they're going to be a little bit more aggressive. I feel like the communication is going to be a teeny bit better because it seemed to me that when the Summon broke them down, that's when things kind of obviously broke down. And that's one of those things that teams have to be careful of, especially this high up, because the mistakes can be really glaring. A dead mouse off the back wall. Can OG Chris double tap it? He cannot get it in there. Blender getting it away. Can he get it around Nova? So far, great bump by Nova, but he had a 2v1 right there, and Doja and Blender were bullying Nova that entire time in here. Oh, actually, it was, just Blender right there. And they took the lead to start, and that's some pretty good aggressiveness.
Yeah, so a little bit of unfortunate circumstances there for Nova as he does land on Blender's car and spins himself out, but Blender capitalizes nicely, and it's 1-0, this time in favor of Onions, which is something that we haven't been able to say. I don't think yet in this series. I could be wrong, but this might be the first time that the Onions are up first. I believe they might have been up first again in game number 1, but since then it seems like they've always been on the back burner. They've always been on their heels. Now Doja's trying to continue this pressure here for the Onions. Moose is going to turn that one out towards the corner. Great pass out towards midfield. Gets turned away by OG Krish. He's going to follow this off. He's off the ceiling. He gets the touch down, but Doja reads that one nicely. Doja continuing back into the end of the Summon. Now in the corner with it is Nova. Nova pushes it out. Blender gets a great dump down towards the midfield. Can't connect was Doja. Got 3 blue players there for the Summon. But Nova's able to get back in time to make that save, get that clear off for themselves. Another opportunity here, but Moose gets a banging clear. Ty finds that one in the midfield. Moose continuing this one, though. And again, the counterattack could be deadly here, but Blender breaks that one up nicely, puts it back towards midfield. Shot opportunity here. Nova turns that one away. Got OG Krish putting it up the sidewall. He's going to be able to beat one. Can he beat the 2 others left in net? We got Doja. Flick. But Doja meets that one relatively early.
Nice
Gets a
demo.
great read on it. Good demo there coming from Ty on a dead Moose. But Doja just doesn't have enough boost in the tank. He gets that 100. Can he convert this into a goal? No. Blender was there for the pass, but couldn't find the back of the net. Now we got Ty continuing this in the corner. Moose turns that one away. Blender keeping it in, though. Got Krish in the corner with it. It's going to go off the crease and down. Doja pushing this one back in. Nova now off in the corner with it. Towards Ty. Ty gets a great read. Dead Moose puts it dangerously in front. Get 3 players there for that ball. Got Dead Moose trying to convert this into a pass. It goes a little bit too wide. And Blender waits patiently for it. Now Nova keeping this one in for Summon. Nova once again trying to get another offensive attack going for themselves. Another opportunity here. It goes off the post. Another post and out.
Way.
Can Ty convert this? He does.
Wow. What a play by Ty. I got to see this here. Good patience right there. Nice little flick. Would have been a little sick to my stomach had the Summon able to save that one. And OG Krish was super close going through that replay. So great job here by the Onions to put a lot of pressure on. And they have this entire first 2.5 minutes And then I speak again. It's your turn.
Yeah, so almost immediately off of the kickoff, it turns itself into a counterattack opportunity for the Summon. They capitalize. That seems to be my favorite word tonight. It's just everybody capitalizing off of opportunities that they have been presenting themselves and making for themselves. It's 2-1. Summon are not out of this one, but Tai and his crew fighting desperately to break up this 4-0 sweep. They try to get the 3-1. They technically lost the series, but they could get the 3-1, avoiding that sweep. They need another goal to do so, at least one more goal to do so, to tie it up, take it to OT here in regulation. You got OG Krish is up for it. He's going to put it off the backboard. Can't get another touch, but unfortunately doesn't connect with Nova. Might have left that for Moose, but Moose puts it off the backboard. Tai was there, waiting patiently. Tai once again over towards the midfield. Moose gets the 50. Now Blender going to try to get it around Moose. Moose gets another great 50. Opportunity here for themselves. Krish with the shot, but Doja with the better save. It doesn't go in. Save on the goal line still doesn't go in. That blows my mind how close that was to going in for themselves. Stands tall and gets that one out. And now they have a counterattack opportunity for themselves. Tai unfortunately can't connect to keep that one in the offensive end for the Onions. Now another attack here for Onions. Blender this time. Tai off the corner. Or off the wall, rather. Now, Moose and Doja, they were reading each other. They couldn't connect on the ball. Got Blender up for it, continuing the pressure for Onions. Someone playing a little bit on their heels this time around. Doja, another opportunity here, trying to get that pass off. Krish puts it towards the midfield. Tai waiting patiently. Now Nova off the backboard for it. Nova, another touch, can't quite connect. You got Blender putting a pass down for Doja. Doja puts it wide. Blender continuing it. Can it go in? No, it goes off the backboard. And then Tai finally buries it. It's 3-1 in favor of the Onions.
Yes, one of the few times, because that Nova was awkward. They've been doing a great job of having patience in the goal. They got turned around, and that's what they needed here. The Onions have needed that pressure, needed to turn them around, needed to make a mistake, and the mistake was made, and they capitalized off it. And I'm going to use that word because you're right. It makes sense, especially in this tier, that when a mistake is made, you need to capitalize. Here's a possible demo. No, OG Krish can't get to Blender in time. This is a nice counterattack, although Doja with a great stop, saying their name a lot this game. Doja going up, a little bit of an awkward touch. Krish winning that one. Mouse going up for it instead of Krish. He's going to... That's on goal, but Tai with a nice save. Nobody can hit it. A triple whiff. And Blender trying to get in, but Nova across the way. Doja keeping it in. It's kind of a transfer center, but Nova with a great push. Keeping Doja out of it. Deadmau5 trying to get it in. Does. And there's a chance here for a... Oh, great demo by Blender, and Deadmau5 can't touch it. Nova going to keep it in. Under 10 seconds here. They need a quick score to try to even come up with a chance. That's going to go off the top. There is a chance here for that double score. Great job by Doja preventing that one. And this game is going to end pretty soon here. Ball staying in there, and that is it. Onions preventing the sweep. Great game, and that is a very good display of not bowing down and keeping your spirits up. So I want to give them a lot of credit. Thank you very much for putting up a great fight, Onions.
Yeah, I mean, give credit where credit is due. You had the Onions coming out with a fighting spirit there in that last game, and it seemed like if Tai was on, the whole team was on. We saw it in game number 1 with the tightly contested match that I believe it went to OT. It was either game 1 or 2, but Tai was playing very well in that game. Tai played very well in this last game. I believe he got the MVP as well. But then just continuing that pressure, continuing to break down the defense of the Summoned team, ultimately is what they were able to do in game number 4. And because of that, they broke up the sweep. They gained a match. And, they were able